What's up, everybody? Sewer Badger back here with some more Chobo Team League. And up next we have the Queen of Immortals. It is going to be Wobulator versus Wingent. Now, I happen to be a little bit familiar with Wingent. He and I share a few servers, and I know from the Roddy server as being very, a very memey kind of person, and overall fantastic player. So Wobulator is definitely not going to have an easy time ahead of him. However, that doesn't matter. It's down here in the bottom right of Golden Aura. Representing PiGPan, it is Wingent. I thought he played Terran for some reason. Up here in the top right, representing PiGPan, it is Wobulator. Golden Aura, a very fun map to be playing on. It's going to be a PvP high ground expand out of our Protoss in the bottom right. And in from our blue Protoss, we are looking at a similar story. And we have a bit of downtime before the Cyber Core actually goes down, I think. Unless Wingent decides to drop a Forge. No, it's mirrored openings. You guys being relatively evenly timed. We're rolling right along in here, going to be sending a probe across the map to establish a patrol path over the circle. And it's going to be double gas from both players. And on the other side of the map, going to be looking at this probe, who is not going to be patrolled, but is going to be counting the gases. While at the front here, going to really be providing some buffering between depths and the mineral line. Up right over here behind this Wobulator is getting more stuff. And more stuff means more. What the? Okay, that's a spray. That should not be. Come on. Is that Wingents or Wobulators? Didn't quite see. Probe chilling out over here in the natural. Or just outside the natural in the third. Which is actually a pretty nasty position if you're able to get, like a few Zealot run by over here and secure some stalkers along this line. Have a few disruptors. It's going to be pretty vicious. This probe on a bit of a suspicious path, probably going to be seeing some proxy Stargate shenanigans, and this probe on the other side looking to do something similar. Double stalker coming out of both players, going to ensure that this game does not go unaggressive. We're going to be going for a similar story over here. Going to drop the pylon right here. And Wobulator having the position of securing this watchtower is going to be in a very fine position. Meanwhile, up in the main, both gases are going to be saturated. Power production is going to be paused over here in the top, the bottom left, bottom right. Similar story. No one in particular hurry to grab a natural expansion. Wingent going to be securing, going to be scouting around for that. And Wobulator going to be a proxy gateway for Wobulator, and from Wingent, what are we going to see? Are we going to see a similar story? Maybe a Stargate. It looks like it's going to be a gateway as well. Are these two just reading each other's minds and hoping that they don't actually run across each other? Or are it going to be double gate out of Wingent as well versus a single gate out of Wobulator? Wobulator has two stalkers just outside the natural. Could go scouting around. Did in fact not see a second pylon up in the main when she was scouting. So would not be a miss for Wobulator to start scouting around for that proxy. 4 stalkers going to be over here, but meanwhile, Wobulator being sneaky. Behind this, it is just the same old, another gateway at home for Wobulator. This is a little more all-in than is probably comfortable for Wingent. Because these 2 gates, if they get to power, that is a very uncomfortable position for him, because that means he only has 2 gate production versus the 6 gate production versus the 3 gate production that Wobulator would have if Wobulator lost this pylon. But for now, Wobulator going to be picking off some stalkers as Wobulator chases Wingent back across the map. The stalkers warping it and walking over. Meanwhile, on the other side, it is going to be Wingent moving this probe around, not really getting much done with it. A battery starts up here, high ground advantage. Wobulator is not going to be able to push into that. And we're going to see this game even out as Wingent pops out, pokes, but loses stalkers for that. It is going to be even trades all around, more stalkers being warped in. I think Wobulator should pull out here. Yeah. He's going to be pulling out over here. Double a second pylon, going to be powering these, and it is going to be an adept. Which, if it shades in right now, that is devastating damage. Stalker's going to be pulling it back across the map, Wingent securing a very heavy Stalker advantage. Double Adept on the other side of the map. That is going to be very uncomfortable. That's not something Wobulator is expecting, but an F2 sends them back over here, and it's going to be a queued up shade. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Wingent going to be securing against him, and it's going to be got to be a snap recall. Got to be a snap recall. Otherwise, oh, yep, the recall comes down, and but Wobulator is going to lose it. A few probes as these adepts go after these workers, but Wingent gives up. And Stalker's going to be pushing across the map, and Wobulator has the same idea. However, the Robo Bay, that is going to be very vicious as Wobulator takes game number 1 with adepts walking into the mineral line. Bit of an anticlimactic finish for that game, but as it turns out, that PvP is very much swing and miss, and you lose. We're going to be hopping right into game 2, which I had to chase down Wobulator for. Well, not chase down, I had to ping Wobulator to get this game. Going to be on hard lead here. And if you saw that timestamp, as well as I did, this game was shorter. Oh, whoops. As down here in the bottom right of hard lead is going to be Wingent, representing some, I forget the team, Platinum Heroes, yes, Platinum Heroes. And up here in the top right, representing the clan which I so love and hold dearly, is Wobulator, representing PiGPan. Wobulator going to be dropping some OF shenanigans. Wingent seems unfazed. Let's see what Wingent decides to place down this time. Similar opening for both players. Alright, as we rocket right into this, it is going to be a similar story. Another patrol path for that Probius with the Mostius. As we see again, a similar opening. Let's go ahead and speed this up just a tick. Speed it up a little more. Alright, now as soon as the cybernetics core is placed down, it should start to get a little interesting. Ah, yes. Ah, fine television. It's going to be a fine television coming out of here from Wingent as his probes are mining their mining hearts out. And mining and mining and mining and mining. Look at that little probie. He looks so happy. On the other side, we got a similar story, but I mean, these guys seem to like the same cheer of Wingent's probes. I mean, Wingent's got the full, the full Tal'Darim going on and whatnot. It's going to be a similar story as before. So Wobulator's going double Stalker. Wingent's going double Adept. Wingent's also going to be going doing a one base. I think that this feels like a one base all in. So you got the first and second pylon up here in the main. No third pylon just yet. It's going to be a third pylon proxy across the map. It is going to be a one base all in. This game's going to be decided by the win or the loss of these proxy pylons, and it looks like Wobulator is going to be playing naturally, not expecting what's going to be happening here. These two adepts are going to be shading across the map. We're going to see what exactly is in store for us. Going to be a proxy pylon. It's going to be a gateway, I guess, placed next to it, and a dark shrine. Okay, so now Wobulator just has to not throw this. Right? Gonna be another Stalker warping in here. A second Stalker started up on the tab. These two adepts gonna be poking in, gonna scout that if there is in fact a natural, and these two Stalkers gonna be right on point. These two adepts are actually gonna be able to get the. Oh, it's gonna finish up, gonna get a few workers. And here it lurks. Up here in the main, it's gonna be lost mining time as these adepts are sharking around for these probes. This is already bad. Lost mining time. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, it is going to be Wingent pulling ahead in the macro. Going to have his natural a little later than. But is going to still be a problem. No observers started up yet. which is normally what you, I think that's normally what you want to start with when you open Robo in PvP. This Darktron is going to come as a complete surprise, and it is going to be an immortal first Wobulator playing a little bit safe. Going to be trying to keep the workers safe against stalkers. Yes, very standard. Going to be these two adepts going to be trying to train you here, going to try to see what damage they can get done. These two Dark Templar are going to come as a complete surprise to Wobulator, who's going to poke out against these adepts, who are going to keep Wobulator pretty occupied. Well, there goes the game. Rip. It's two Dark Templar. Ouch. Gonna go right to a game 3 here. Jeez, what are these? What are you? I just feel trying to speedrun PvP. This isn't how it works. No. This isn't how you're supposed to do things. Down here, at the bottom left hand of Red Set Station, a map that is not often seen, it is going to be a Wingent representing Platinum Heroes. And up here in the top right, representing PiGPan, it is going to be Wobulator. The cheerful probes mining cheerfully along and loving their probious minds. I don't even know what I'm saying. Going to be a pile of opener out of both players. Go ahead and speed this right along up past the until that pile finishes. I think I've slowed it down just enough. Oh, nope, those seem a little slow. Nope, those seem a little fast. Okay, never gonna do that again. Gonna be a similar scouting pattern out of Wobulator, rather than getting the better of each other in each very cheesy games. Here we go, gas out of Wingent on the other side of the map, but it's gonna be a single gas out of Wobulator. Nope, double gas. This has a bit of an interesting mod because it does taper off towards the ramp, so you have to really place the gateway right here to try to keep that wall off going. And down here is, I can see why people just don't like this map for walling, because this really doesn't provide a very good wall off. Because as soon as there's a bunch of Ravagers, filed this down, PvZ all of a sudden becomes very difficult to play. Not that that's ever stopped pro players or Diamond League players, though Diamond League players mostly due to throwing hardcore. I'm totally not guilty of that. Gonna be saturating gases, playing a standard game, second pylon up here in the main meal. On the other side of the map is gonna be a similar story, both setting up to start batteries up in the natural. And there's just mirrored openings from here on out. This is gonna be scouting that is in fact no proxy. Wobulator is being as straight up as Wobulator is gonna be for the Glaive and Immortal Queen. I don't know. I forget. So many things in life. Pepe Sag. Gonna be a proxy pilot coming out of here for our Wobulator. On the other side, it's gonna be Wingent scouting behind the third. What? Are these two? Did these two Archon when I wasn't looking? They're literally never have their proxies been so far. Wingent's proxy has never been more than let's see, 1, 2, 3 screens away from Wobulator's structure of Wobulators. I mean, these two are either 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's perfectly symmetrical. There's going to be a proxy Robo out of Wobulator, and then versus the proxy Gateway. Okay, so these two weren't Arcani. If they were Arcani, it'd be more like Siamese twins, confused about which direction they wanted to go. Going to be Quadruple Stalker coming across the map for Wingent. Going to be met by the Quadruple Stalker of Wobulator. And these two are in an arguably worse position than these two Stalkers, as these two are going to face check that cliff and try to go up into the natural. Not having spotted any natural, it's going to be this probe scouting around. However, it is going to change from a very bad position to a very good position to a very interesting position. As things shake out a little differently than gets that stalker, gets that and gets some more damage. Oh my god, that is 10 times the amount. Oh, that is an angry probe. Meanwhile, behind this, Going to be double gateway again out of Wingent. Wobulator going Robo Gateway, and Wobulator's going to have to pull back 4 Stalkers already out of the way. 2 Stalkers over here. That is an interesting warping position draft, as they are going to be, in fact, 7 of those versus Wobulator's 6. High ground advantage is going to definitely afford Wobulator some early damage. As Wobulator picks off a Stalker, gonna try to get a little over eager, but I don't think that's what you want to do here. What? Oh, an Adept drop. Okay. Wingent, not aware of this. All right, so let's check. Let's keep an eye on that energy of the Nexus while we see the fights. It's gonna be 69-70. It's a nice number for all of 2 seconds. More pylons being stacked up. Gonna be a battery over here at the front. Oh yeah, Wobulator did kind of lock themselves out of the base. This 4 death's gonna come as a complete surprise. So this is just about. This is gonna be the only army. Oh, whoops. We're meant to be keeping an eye on that energy. How fast is the recall here? We'll see soon. I thought I saw a warp prism, but I might have just been being foolish. It's gonna be a snapshot recall, but not before a few of these are lost. Beautiful Proteus, you are the best, you are the brightest hope of your kind. As 5 probes will go down for 4 Stalkers, and that's how you recall Wingent. Oh, okay. I thought Wingent was BMing for a second there. It's just like, no, don't prioritize BM over macro. So apparently Wingent was struggling with the recall button beforehand. I mean, I'm in no place to judge. Alright, I'm gonna recall. Battery overcharge. Just as good. Gonna be more of these Stalkers is gonna be warping in over here. Relatively, well, as normal as Wobulator's games get. And Stalker Micro and the Warp Prism, it is just gonna be absolutely staggering advantage for. What the? Okay, excuse me. What? Oh yeah. Oh what? What you had? Oh yeah, the Warp Prism for the amount of micro ability, gonna be able to outposition any attempt at attacking Wobulator that he might have hoped to have had. Charge was about 3/4 of the way down, leading Wingent down to the gloomy and painful road that he would have to tap out. GG, well played, both players, as Wobulator takes the series 2-1, and that is going to wrap that series up. They were both speedrunning, and they both pulled off some pretty neat speedrunning traps as we start to realize this is series 2. We're just about past the 50% mark of this week of the finals. Is going to be a contestant for the 3rd place. Next series up is going to be Awesome Notebrit versus Awesome Patches. You're going to be seeing what happens there, and then after that, it's going to be Dracocon versus Papa Panda. And then after that, it's going to be the best for last. Gentleman versus Tolo. Who turns out is going by Spire in 6, but as it happens, that is going to wrap it up for this cast. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I certainly did. And I hope you all have hug your parents, hug your loved ones, drink some water, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a wonderful week. Ciao.